labeling people haters can be counterproductive and harmful. It can lead to a divide between people, and it can create an us versus them mentality that is divisive and unhealthy. By calling others haters, we are dehumanizing them and placing them in a box that is defined by hatred and negativity. This can lead to a lack of understanding and empathy for the individual, and it can create an atmosphere of animosity and hostility. Rather than engaging in divisive labeling and demonization, we should seek to engage in open and respectful dialogue with those who share different perspectives and beliefs. The downsides to being homosexual can vary depending on personal experiences, social and cultural contexts, and individual circumstances. Some common downsides that can be associated with being homosexual can include being viewed as lesser or inferior by society, facing social stigma and discrimination, and struggling with internalized shame and self-loathing. Additionally, being homosexual can make it more difficult to find and maintain relationships, and it can lead to social isolation and loneliness. However, these challenges can be mitigated through support and understanding, and by embracing and celebrating one's own identity and sexuality. The downsides to being heterosexual can similarly vary depending on several factors. Some common downsides to being heterosexual can include dealing with gender inequities such as the gender pay gap, experiencing pressure to conform to societal norms and expectations, and struggling with toxic masculinity and the expectation to fit into rigid gender roles. In addition, being heterosexual can lead to feeling disconnected from the LGBTQ+ community and its issues, and it can create feelings of guilt and shame about the privilege and advantages that come with being heterosexual. However, these challenges can be addressed through awareness, understanding, and allyship. My personal experience with YouTube has been a mixed bag. On one hand, it's a great platform for people to share their talents, creativity, and skills, and there are many positive, uplifting, and genuinely entertaining channels that I've had the pleasure of watching and supporting. On the other hand, I've also encountered some less than pleasant channels that are filled with negativity, judgment, and unkindness. These negative channels often engage in harmful and hateful behavior, and their content can be damaging and disheartening. It's important to be mindful of the content we consume and the people we choose to support on platforms like YouTube, and to seek out like-minded people who add to our lives, rather than subtract. I've often seen on YouTube channels that have questionable content, where those who speak up against it and try to bring awareness to its harmful nature are often demonized and targeted, while those who create and promote hatred are applauded as heroes. This can create a sense of injustice and frustration, and it can make it difficult to find and support positive channels. It can also lead to a sense of helplessness and apathy, as it feels like our efforts to make YouTube a safer and more positive environment are being ignored or drowned out by the louder and more negative voices. It's important to continue to speak up and to support those who are trying to make a positive change and who are putting in the work to make YouTube a more inclusive, kind, and accepting place for all. By continuing to speak out and stand up for decency, we can help to shift the narrative and to create a culture of understanding and acceptance on YouTube. It may not always be easy, but it is important to keep fighting for what is right and to stand up for what we believe in. Don't let the negativity and hate silence your voice. Speak up and be heard. Be the change you want to see in the world. Serious question to our YouTube community. Why do you support a Laveyan Satanist based in Brighton, who readily admits to sharing very disturbing content of the top level with children as young as 11 and 12 years old, while pretending to be a 12-year-old boy himself? Is it just me, or is this very alarming? Expectations of kindness and reciprocity in interactions with others can be misguided and unrealistic. Just because you choose to be kind to others does not mean that they will choose to be kind to you in return. Everyone has different motivations, values, and beliefs, and everyone may not view kindness in the same way. It is important to be understanding and accepting of these differences, and to recognize that kindness should not be given with expectations of getting something in return. By being kind without expectations, we can create a world in which people feel more comfortable and supported, and where we can all live together with greater understanding and empathy. Brighton's Gay Pride is a truly special event, filled with celebration, joy, and empowerment. It is a gathering of the LGBTQ+ community in Brighton, a celebration of diversity and inclusion, and an opportunity to come together and express pride in who we are and what we stand for. This year's Brighton Pride promises an exciting lineup of performances, events, and activities that will showcase the best of Brighton's diverse and vibrant LGBTQ+ community. It is sure to be an unforgettable day filled with celebration, education, and pride, showcasing the best of the LGBTQ+ community. Don't miss out on a great day celebrating Brighton and Pride. I'll be there and hope to see you there too.